Hello and welcome to the garden. This is Olivia Hotshot, as I'm known in Second Life, and we're just about ready to open our second installation here in the garden. As you can see, I'm standing here in front of the teleporter. Our featured artist is Callie. He's in the top right hand corner of the teleporter. And of course we have the wonderful Feathers Boa, who's in the bottom left hand corner. And they will be showing some absolutely fabulous art. So follow me and I'll take you into the garden. And here we go. The first stop we have here in the garden is Catriona Ninetails, and she has some very colorful art here at the time. She also has some globes that are in a sculpture that Omen Crow made for her. Her art is going to be changed out very shortly, so next time you come, you will see some new work by Cat, as we all like to call her. Over here, and I'm going to try to scroll up so you can see the top, we have a sculpture by Atomic Gaffer, and this is Winged Torso. He's a wonderful artist. He has been in my garden for a while, and as a matter of fact was one of the original artists who was here. Proceeding on, we're going to come here to our second stop, and this stop is our featured artist, and that is Callie. His pieces all about the apocalypse, some very dark art, but it's wonderful, and he's still working on this section, and I encourage you to come and take a look. Next we're going to move over here into the section where you can find my art, but first I'm going to show you the work of Zizi. Zizi is a wonderful person, and she has chosen to do the 7 deadly sins, and her work, just like all the other artists, is for sale here. Wonderful creations. I do own a few of her pieces myself, and she has some abstract art over here. My art, which happens to be over here on the other side, in the same area as Zizi, happens to be all real life photography, and they're all featured on the beach. I have some interesting art here that I think reflects things from both the East Coast and the West Coast of California, where I live, and the East Coast where I used to live. For example, we have something here, Kellogg Beach, in the way northern part of California. And moving on, coming almost to the center of the garden now, we have the wonderful Feathers Boa, who has her reactive art pieces here, and I'm going to simply walk into one so you can see them react to my presence. She does amazing work, one of my favorite artists in all of Second Life, and probably anywhere right now, and as always I own some of her work. Moving on, we're going to go into another section of the art garden, and this section right here is done by Friday Carew. Friday Carew is an educator and actually was the 2008 art educator here in the United States. And you can see her work here. She works in block prints and watercolors, mixed media, I think she calls it. Moving across this area, across from Friday, it's going to take a moment for these images to res. We have some wonderful images here by someone who's new to Second Life, and that's Lolly Dovegal. And she has a black and white collection, real world prints, some amazing work. This is one of my favorite pieces right here, and this is called The Brides. The Brides, I think, is just absolutely fabulous, and I highly recommend you check out her work. Going to move on. Here we are at the entrance to the gallery, and I have some more of my work here. I've done a lot of photographs of motorcycles and vehicles. Down here some more vehicle images, and maybe try to zoom in so you can see this 1956 Harley that I was asked to photograph for a magazine. Pretty cool, huh? And zooming back out, have a gazebo by Lou La. Gazebo was custom built for our art gallery, and you can buy it from Lou if you want. And last but not least, we have the wonderful Balthazar. Balthazar is a specialist at fractal art as well as vector art. And I'm just going to zoom in on this piece. This piece reminds me of something that might be used in the Southwest. Just absolutely fabulous images here. He is also a real-world artist, and he has a few more pieces over here. Just absolutely amazing work. You can see there's a sculpture up there in the air that Oman did. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end my tour of the garden. So, it's been wonderful having you here. This is all from me, Olivia Hotshot, and I hope you come to our gallery opening, which is this Saturday, February the 28th, between 3 and 5 o'clock. The artists will be here, so if you'd like to meet them, they would love to meet you too, I'm sure. Thanks, and see you soon in Second Life at Olivia's Art Garden.